Have you ever wanted to take two of your favorite bits and combine them? Or maybe you dream of having your own custom base someday? Well, you're not alone, and luckily for us, there are creators out there actually making that a reality. The bits that I will be reviewing today were made by Cabled, a creative builder in the Beyblade X community who just recently started selling their custom 3D printed parts over on Etsy. So, go show them some love with a link in the description. Today we're taking a look at three of their newest designs, Gear Cyclone, Drift, and Translovash. Whether you're looking for pure aggression, smooth control, or a versatile hybrid, these bits bring something fresh to the stadium. Let's get into it. Let's start with Gear Cyclone, the custom bit that was actually designed for one of my CX bays. Right off the bat, what stands out about Gear Cyclone is the design. It is a perfect fusion between strength and speed, and it looks insane in the stadium. Looking at the performance, this one's got a great balance of aggressive movement and tight control. When you launch it, you get a cyclone effect in the stadium, and which gives you that extra spin power, while the shape really helps with stability and weight distribution. In battle, Gear Cyclone shines in attacking. The edges give it its quick hits thanks to the teeth all throughout the bottom of the bit, and thanks to the 6-star shape on the bottom, this bit is aggressive. It's definitely one of those bits that feels like it's built for both speed and power, making a versatile option for a lot of strategies. But let's see how it stacks up against some of the other custom parts out there, as well as standard release bits by Hasbro and Takara Tomy. Alright, so we are here at the stadium. We're getting ready to test some battles with the custom bits. For Gear Cyclone, we are going to be running it on Cobalt Dragoon 260. It is going to be going up against stock combo Dagger, and then we're going to put Cyclone on Dagger after it's done. We are going to be testing something new. We have a little GoPro over here going to get us some inside shots. So, let's see who would win. Over finish for Dagger. Alright, so that concludes our Dagger stock combo, which did sadly win there at the end, but we're going to now put it up against Dagger 460 Cyclone and see which does better. I have high hopes for Gear Cyclone, I won't lie. 3, 2, 1, 2. Alright guys, so that was our showcase on Gear Cyclone. I do apologize, the main camera here decided to stop recording at the, I think, third or fourth round of that battle. So sadly you guys didn't get to see it from this angle, but luckily I had the GoPro running. Gear Cyclone is insane inside of the stadium, and I'm looking forward to seeing how our other bits prove in battle. Real quick about the bits, in case anybody was wondering, there is, or seems to be, no damage to the bits, the custom ones, however. So, if you were wondering or worrying about the bits being damaged from use in battle, they stand up pretty good. Alright, let's move on to Drift. Next up, let's talk about Drift. No, I don't mean the Transformer, or the Beyblade Burst driver. Drift is another custom part which is going to be featured in a future custom Beyblade of mine. Drift is all about stamina in life after death. Its rounded bottom, similar to the ball bit in all the ball variants, helps keep it in battle, yet its thin ring around the bottom, similar to disc ball, helps with its life after death. What's great about Drift is that it really excels in maintaining stamina, which means it can outlast a lot of aggressive bits that are all about pure attack. I'm really excited to put this one in a full build because it has a lot of potential for countering some of the faster, heavier hitters. But for now, it's already showing promises as a stamina-oriented option. Alright guys, so we are here on the Drift portion of the video. For our bait to showcase Drift, we're going to be using Wizard Rod 570 Drift, and its opponent is going to be Hellscythe 380 Ball, which then, after the first round, we're going to be switching this out for Disc Ball to see how they compare. Let's see who would win. Well, that wasn't meant to happen. Alright. Alright guys, so, main 380 Ball Hellscythe ended up losing that match with Wizard Rod on Drift actually winning. I will say something I noticed in battles. Wizard Rod has some, well, Drift has some very interesting movement. It will actually sort of drift. I guess hence the name Drift, so, but the bit is handling up pretty nice. I was a little worried about the ring, but it is intact. So let's. Wow. Alright guys, so round 2 is over with Wizard Rod remaining the victor from round 1. The bit is still intact pretty nicely, just like Gear Cyclone. Honestly, something I noticed about Drift is that this may be, if this is ever made, like, actually in the actual, Hasbro Takara Beyblade X, this on Wizard Rod, as you just seen, makes this very nice for stamina killing. So, finally, let's talk about Trans Low Rush, which has an insane combination of speed and maneuverability. Right off the bat, you can tell that Trans Low Rush has a different approach compared to the others. It's low to the ground, which gives it its extra speed and control on the stadium floor. Low profile really helps with maneuvering around other bays and getting those low hits in. But don't let that fool you, as this bit can get even lower thanks to the trans part that activates when it attaches to the extreme line. This one is really great if you're looking for a quick counterattack or just to outpace your opponent that's got that rush style. When you're moving fast, but you're also hitting hard where it counts. Overall, it's one of those bits that makes you rethink your strategy and forces you to stay on your toes. Alright, next up we're going to be showcasing Trans Low Rush. We are going to be using it on Hell's Scythe 460, and its opponent is going to be Hell's Chain 560 High Taper. Since the only trans point we actually have in Beyblade X, I don't actually have yet. I cannot put it against itself, sadly. So this will just have to do. Let's see who would win. Alright, so that battle is over. Something I will point about Trans Low Rush, I'm not sure if this actually is how the bit works in real life. I've only seen it worked in the anime, and I know that's the anime versus real life, but from the anime, the bit would attach to an accelerator rail, and it would change to lower. My apologies, my camera stopped recording. It would change and lower itself. However, not once during any of the test battles here has Trans Low Rush done that. So I don't know if I should be putting the bit like this, or if I should be putting the bit like this. Let me know if I'm doing it wrong. For the next battle, we will leave it like this, however, just so you guys know.
So there you have it. 3 awesome custom bits: Gear Cyclone, Drift, and Translow Rush, each one having its own unique strengths, and it'll be fun to see how they perform in future battles. Big thanks again to Cabled for sending these in. They just started putting their custom bits out there for sale, so definitely check them out with the link in the description below to their Etsy store. I plan to feature Gear Cyclone and Drift on some of my own custom bays down the line, so keep an eye out for that when those drop. And if you enjoyed the video, maybe subscribe, drop a comment, and what 2 bits would you guys fuse together if you could? Thank you all so much for watching, and remember, be safe and bay away. Peace out.